Hello friends, welcome to this video of registration for CA Foundation course. Steps applicable for the same. I am Professor Anand More. In the classroom also many students have asked me about the guidance to be given for the registration to CA Foundation course. Now all of you must have already decided that you are going to register properly by using your 10th standard certificates. So from that viewpoint, what is the way in which registration should be done, what are the different things should be ready with you, and what are the steps to be performed for the purpose of registration, I am going to discuss in this particular video. Now remember, this video is for registration to CA Foundation course. So if you are interested in joining the CA course after graduation, then this video is not useful to you. This is only for the students who are currently studying in 12th standard and are interested in joining the CA Foundation course by using their 10th standard certificates. Okay, so let me now disappear from the screen. I'll be using the full screen for the purpose of discussion, and I'll be discussing about the different steps which will have to be performed. Okay, so let me just get out of the screen and then you can concentrate on the things which are present on the same. Okay, so things you should know, you should have ready before you start with registration of CA Foundation course. What are the things which should be ready even before you log into the CA Institute website? The first one is a mobile number. Your mobile number is necessary. In the process of registration, multiple times you will be getting OTP. So if you are going to give your father's mobile number for the purpose of registration, or your mother's mobile number, or maybe elder brother's or sister's mobile number for registration, you will have to ensure that they are sitting next to you, because the OTP will be generated and will be sent to the number which you are using here. I would recommend you to use your own mobile number. The reason is, for next 2-3 years while you are a student of CA course, you will find that all these SMSs or notifications will be sent by the CA Institute on this number. So as far as possible, use the mobile number which is permanent. And if you are thinking of using your father, mother or elder brother, sister's number, then please ensure that they are sitting next to you and then you are going for the registration. Otherwise the OTP things may become little bit complicated to handle. The second one is functional email address. You will require functional email address, the email which you are generally using, of which you are not forgetting the password. That particular email address will have to be done. If you don't have an email address, you can create one email address. Obviously you are aware that Outlook or Gmail, these different webmail services are free for all. You can create a separate email there. Remember the password of that email address and thereafter use that email address here. I am very sure that all of you are already having at least one email address. All of you are Android users or iPhone users. You will be having a Gmail account. So that Gmail address can be given here. Please ensure that you are not forgetting the password of this email address. Institute will be sending lot of different communication on the given mobile number as well as this email address. So the mobile number should be as far as possible permanent, and the email address should also be at least permanent for next 2-3 years. The next one is scanned copies. Scanned copies of 3 different things are necessary. One is your 10th mark sheet. You might have appeared for your 10th standard examination in Maharashtra board, or might have appeared for the same by CBSE, etc. In that case, whatever is the board you have used for the purpose of appearing for your 10th standard examination, that board's mark sheet is necessary, which should contain the board name as well as your name and your date of birth. So if you are thinking of taking a printout of maybe some internet copy, etc., please ensure that these 3 things should be available on the same: board name, your name and date of birth. As far as possible, use the original mark sheet and get it scanned from either a cyber cafe or maybe a Xerox wala. Okay. Next one is passport size photograph. Your passport size photograph is necessary. Again, the passport size photograph will have to be scanned by you. Okay. And then last one is signature. Take a white of white paper, use blue ink, a little bit bold one, and make a signature of yours, then get it scanned. So 3 different things are scanned. One is your SSC mark sheet, 10th standard mark sheet. Second one is your passport size photograph, and third one is your signature. Signature should be as far as possible in blue ink and it should be on a white piece of paper. These 3 things should be scanned, and the scanning should be done not by using your mobile camera, but it should be by way of a scanner itself. That means you will have to get it done from some Xerox wala or maybe from some cyber cafe. This scanned copy should be either in PDF format or it should be in JPEG format, JPEG format. So these are the only 2 formats which are recognized by Institute. So don't use PNG or some other formats for the purpose of scanned copies. So either PDF copy or the JPEG copy. This should be ready. They should be ready with you in your pen drive, or maybe you can copy it on your hard drive also. But the soft copy of these 3 different things should be available before you start a registration process. And the last one is your bank or credit card details, because you will be making payment of your CA Foundation course fees, and for that purpose you will require your either internet banking or credit card details. So obviously if you are not having your own bank account, you are going to use your bank account of your father or mother. In that case you will require them to be sitting next to you, because they will be giving you the details of the OTP as well as all the passwords, etc. So please ensure that the credit card or the bank details you are using of your parents, then such parent should be sitting next to you, because all the OTPs of the bank will also be going to their phone numbers. So your phone number, your email address, scanned copies, that is soft copy either in PDF format or JPG format of 3 different things, and the last one is bank internet banking details or maybe the credit card, and a person whose phone is used for the purpose of getting OTP of bank or credit card should be next to you. With these things ready with you, then you can go for registration for CA Foundation course. Now where should you go for that particular registration? The registration can be done by you at CA Institute website. The website address of the CA Institute is www.icai.org. Once you go to www.icai.org, then you will have to go on clicking on the e-services tab. Okay, so don't consider on home or overview or committee, members, students or resources. Please go to the e-services tab and then click on the student services, because you are going to be the student of CA Institute. You are not yet a member and you are not yet started your partnership firm or chartered accountancy firm, etc. So you are going to go for student services. When you are clicking on student services, then these different links are available, out of which the registration process can be done either by clicking on this first link, entry level forms, or by clicking on this link called as self-service portal, either of the 2 different things. So the registration process is having 2 different entry point, or there are 2 different doors to the registration process, either by clicking on the entry level forms or by clicking on the self-service portal. I would surely recommend you to click on the entry level form, because it is the easiest thing to do. There are no confusions. If you are going to use the self-service portal link, there is a chance that some of you may get confused, but ultimately both the routes are going to lead to the same form. So don't worry about the same. You can either go for entry level form link or you can go for self-service portal link. If you will be clicking on the entry level forms, then by default the form like this will be appearing in front of you. It talks about registration details. On the other hand, if you will be clicking on the self-service portal link, in that case this kind of screen will be appearing in front of you. It will tell you this is self-service portal for existing members and students. If you have login problems, etc., then you can go for these particular things. And then they're telling you new foundation and intermediate direct entry form. And the second section, that is new foundation and intermediate direct entry form, once you click on this link here, then it will again take you to this particular point. Okay. This point will tell you new students who wants to register for CA for the first time, and existing students or members who don't have login details, they'll be clicking here. So when you are thinking of new students who wants to register for CA for the first time, you will be clicking on this particular point. Once you click on this point, again you will be directed to the same place, that is registration form. Now the registration form is having 2 different parts. First part is making you registered in the system of the institute as an applicant. Once your application is submitted properly, then the second process will start from CA Institute side, that is called as verification process. And once verification process is also done properly, thereafter the institute will call you as a student, and then the institute will allot you something called as student registration number or SRN. So today, when you are going to complete your registration details, you will be getting an application number. You will not be getting student registration number, but you will be getting application number. So today you are applying for registration. Institute may tell you that your provisional registration is complete, but it does not mean that you are still accepted by the institute directly as a student, because institute needs to verify the details which you have provided to institute about your 10th standard mark sheet, about your details, etc., and whether your photograph is according to the requirement of institute's software or not. All these things will be checked. Thereafter you will be registered as a student. Thereafter institute will generate the SRN for you. SRN means student registration number. So I'm repeating again, today when you are going to complete your registration process, you will be getting only the status of the applicant but not the student. So today you won't be getting SRN, you will be getting application registration number. nothing more than that. And afterwards, within 2-3 days, when institute will complete the verification process, and if the institute is satisfied with all the different details which are provided by you and there are no discrepancies, then institute will convert you from an applicant to a student. Thereafter, institute will allot you student registration number. Till that time you will be counted as the applicant for the CA Institute. Now remember, when you are going to the registration details by clicking on any of the two different links, ultimately you are going to come to this particular point or this particular form. This form is talking about registration details. This registration is as an applicant. You are filling this form not as a student, but you are filling this form as a person who wants to be the student. Institute has told you what are the different instructions to be followed properly. If you are from India, registering from India, in that case the OTPs in this entire process will be generated and sent to your mobile number as well as your email ID, which you have provided to institute, or which you will be providing to institute now. And if you are an international student that is not staying in India and interested in doing this particular course, in that case institute will not be sending the OTP to you by way of mobile number, but institute will be sending OTP to your email address only. So for all those who are registering to CA Foundation course from the from Indian territory, then you will find that OTP will be sent to your mobile number as well as your email ID. From anybody who is registering from outside India, OTP will be sent only by email. Okay, and then you are required to fill up this particular form which is below these instructions. Salutation, first name, middle name, last name, all these different things are required to be fulfilled properly. So you are writing your salutation Mr. Miss Jaisa Rahega, whatever is the salutation to be applied, that is to be considered, because there is no guarantee that a student will be joining the course only at the age of 16-17. There is a chance that a student maybe at a later point of time may also join the course. By that time his marriage also must have taken place, so in that case they have considered Mr. Miss etc, a lot of different other things. And then put your first name, your middle name and last name. Please ensure that this first name, middle name, last name should be as per whatever is mentioned in the mark sheet of your 10th standard, because that is what is going to be verified by the institute afterwards. Then select your gender, put your date of birth, put your email address, whatever email address you want to go for, and then your mobile number, your country name and obviously your nationality. Thereafter you are going to click on this blue button, that is generate OTP. Once you will click on this button, then institute will again ask you, we are going to send this OTP to this mobile number. Are you sure that this is correct mobile number? If yes, then you can go for clicking OK. If you feel that by mistake you have typed some other wrong other number, please click on cancel button, modify the number, and thereafter again click on the button called as generate OTP. Again institute will ask you to confirm is it a correct mobile number or not, and then after you submitting the green OK button, then the OTP will be, then the process of OTP will start. Immediately OTP is not sent, again institute is asking you to fit up a CAPTCHA. This CAPTCHA will be coming. Now there is no guarantee that your CAPTCHA will be exactly same as that of what is seen on the screen. Every time the CAPTCHA will be changing, and then that CAPTCHA is required to be typed in the place provided here. Okay. If you find that the CAPTCHA is difficult for you to read, then you can go for again asking for a next CAPTCHA, reCAPTCHA, and then you can type that particular thing, hit the submit button. Once you hit the submit button, then the message will appear, that is OTP is sent to your registered mobile number and email ID. Remember, if you are from India, then OTP is sent to your registered mobile number as well as your email ID. If you are from outside India, it is sent only to your email ID. Clicking on OK will specify that you are required to put your OTP now. Okay, and then once you complete your OTP and submit, hit the submit button, then this particular screen will come. Are you sure you want to submit a registration form, important notice, so and so, so and so, check your salutation name, so and so. If everything else is correct, in that case you are going to hit OK. Once you hit OK, then you will find that the things will change here. Now you are directed to this new page which tells you welcome so and so. So your name will be coming here, and then your mobile number will be coming here, whatever you have mentioned, and then your email address, whatever you have mentioned in the registration form, that will be considered here. So registration form contains very few details as such. Here you are considered as what? Welcome applicant so and so. So your name will appear here, your mobile number will appear here, and your email address will appear here. So now you are considered as an applicant by the CA Institute. You are yet to pay the fees, you are yet to give a lot of different other details about your residential address and your 10th standard mark sheet and your photograph, etc. All these things are yet to be completed. You are just considering you have just completed the first part of the application process. Now you are required to click on either of the two different things. Obviously RTK shift cycle is not for us. That means this option is not at all relevant for us just now. The option which is relevant for us obviously is the option of student cycle. So we'll be clicking on what? We'll be clicking on student cycle. The second option is currently not relevant for us. So please don't consider this option. Please consider student cycle option. Once you'll click on the same, then it will direct you to this new page. Again the same part is there, your name is appearing here, your mobile number is appearing here, your email address is here, and it is telling you apply for foundation or apply for direct entry for new applicants. This is not something which is applicable for us. We are all CA foundation course students, so we'll be going for apply for foundation. Okay, once you'll be going for applying for a foundation, then it will lead you to this particular page. Now there are three different parts. First one is personal details, second one is qualification details, and third one is payment details. Out of which personal details are going to appear once you are going to scroll down and other things. Okay, so certain personal details whatever you already mentioned, that will be coming here in the registration form. Whatever you have mentioned, they'll be coming here, Mr. and then your name and then your gender plus your first name. Now there are certain things which are having a red star mark. Here you can see gender is having a red star mark, marital status is having gender star mark, and then mobile number is having red star mark, email address again having red star mark. Whatever is having red star mark, that is a compulsory field, and whatever is not having a red star mark, that is an optional field. Optional field you may fill up, you may not fill up, that is not compulsory. But those fields which are having a red star mark, they are compulsory fields. They must be filled up by you properly. So certain things will be coming directly from your earlier registration details, like your salutation has come from there, your full name has come from there, your gender has come from there. Marital status you may have to change depending upon whatever is your marital status. Father's name, mother's name. If you are not staying with your parents and you are staying with guardian, in that case guardian's name, your mobile number, your email address, date of birth, that will have to be put properly by you. You can use the calendar icon which is given here by institute. Select the proper date. Please ensure that the birth date which you are mentioning here and the birth date which is mentioned in your 10th standard mark sheet should be same. If there is a conflict in this, then you will find that your application may not be processed. You will be getting a separate email asking you to change the date of birth and make it exactly as per your 10th standard mark sheet. So as far as possible, don't make any mistake. Ensure that whatever mark sheet birth date is mentioning, the same birth date should be typed by you here. Okay, differently abled and some other things, Aadhaar card, PAN card, whatever is the red star mark, that should be compulsorily filled up. Whatever is non-red star mark, that depends upon you. Now there is one more thing, are you a staff ward? The meaning of this is, are you a student whose parents are working with CA Institute? So if your parents are working with CA Institute, then you will be hitting yes. Otherwise obviously the answer will be no. So if your parents are not working as an employee of the CA Institute, then by default the answer is going to be no. Then the personal detail part will be getting completed. Then they'll be asking you your correspondence address. Please put up your correspondence address. Ensure that your correspondence address is proper. Select the state properly, district properly, city, and then branch name will be automatically coming there. If it is not coming, don't worry, there may be some difficulties or some glitches in the software. Refresh it and it will be available for you. Then pin code and then the region, this is going to be automatically allotted to you by the institute. Depending upon which state you have selected, the region is allotted by institute. You are not going to select this particular region. So all of us who are from Mumbai, Goa or Gujarat, we are all going to be considered in the western region of CA Institute. So this region field is not filled up by us. Region field is filled up by the form, by system itself. Next one is the permanent address same as correspondence address? There is a chance that some of you may be having a different correspondence address and different permanent address. In that case, institute has given you the option to keep correspondence address separate and permanent address separate. Whereas if you are having both the addresses to be same, the place where you are staying and the place of your correspondence is supposed to be same, in that case you can just click this particular point, that is permanent address is same as correspondence address, and then automatically the field of permanent address will get filled up on its own. You are not required to type anything in that situation. Okay, then comes the next point, that is the last part, category. Now if you are SC, ST, OBC category, in that case you will have to mention that particular thing. If you are not from that particular category, you are from general category, in that case you will be considering general category. Then nationality, obviously Indian in your case, and if it is some other nationality, you will have to mention that particular thing. Then the country name of the nationality, that will have to be mentioned. Annual income of the parents, you may mention, you may not mention, that depends on you. Hit save and next. Once you do that, then a notification will come. It will tell you that the personal details whatever you have submitted, that data is saved successfully, and now you are ready to go for the qualification details data. So the qualification details, they will ask you a lot of different things. that is the examination and roll number, board authority, month and year of examination, etc. That will have to be filled up. Before that, please read the note which is mentioned here. You must upload self-attested scanned copies of your documents, else your application will be liable for rejection. Now if it so happens that your scanned copy is having some defect, in that case by default your application is not rejected, but they will be sending you an email to rectify the mistake, and thereafter the application can be processed. So don't worry if there is some mistake. Institute is not going to directly reject you. Institute is giving you one more chance for the purpose of avoiding or rectifying the discrepancy which has been created. Okay, if a student does not possess original mark sheet, then we alternatively accept. You can read this instruction. I did not invest my time now. You can read this particular thing on your own. Now here you will find that there are going to be different things which are mentioned here. Your which board, whatever board you have gone for, the year of passing, month of passing, and then your marks obtained, your maximum marks, etc. And then this is a very important point for me, that is click here to upload. If your soft copies of 10th standard mark sheet are in the pen drive, then it should be attached to your computer. If they're already saved on your hard drive, then it is not a problem. Then once you are clicking here to upload, then a new window will be opening, or a new notification bar will be opening. It will ask you to either drag and drop a file here or browse the thing. So after browsing, you can select the folder where the soft copy is kept by you of the 10th standard mark sheet. That particular thing is going to be selected by you, and thereafter you are going to hit the upload button. Once you upload that mark sheet, then the mark sheet starts appearing here like this, and then they're going to tell you that it is successfully being uploaded. Once this is completed, that means your mark sheet is now properly uploaded. Then close that particular window. It will take you to the next point. Here you will find that below this button, now a new particular message has come, that is the mark sheet is uploaded. So now you can go to the next part of the form submission. Below that particular part of your 10th standard mark sheet, there is a next particular point which is telling you this is provisional registration. Is provisional registration, this part is not something which you can change. This part is created by the system itself, so you can ignore the same. Think about next part, details of UG qualification, undergraduate qualification. This is again not applicable for you, so you can ignore the same. And then you will find that there is another point called as medium of study, that is study material required in which particular language. Obviously you will be thinking of English language, so we'll be selecting English language here. There are only two mediums which are available, English and Hindi. If any of you are thinking of joining the course by using Hindi study material and appearing the exam also in Hindi, in that case you can go for Hindi as a medium of study. Otherwise by default I will recommend you to prefer English language as your medium of study, and then save and exit. Again it will tell you now the two different tabs are complete. Your data is saved of personal details properly as well as of qualification details properly. Now we are going to go for payment details. Okay, before that we are going to go for uploading some extra information, that is the information in relation to your photograph and your signature. If you remember properly, these two different things, we have scanned three different things. One was your SSC mark sheet which we have uploaded. Photograph and signature are yet to be uploaded, which is going to come under the tab of payment details. Once you hit this OK button, then these two different things can be uploaded by you. Again the same logic, your pen drive, if it is having those copies, it should be attached to the computer. If the copies are saved on your hard disk, then there is no difficulty. You can directly click on this particular button. Then you will be getting the chance to upload the photograph. And then once this particular message is displayed, that is the photo is uploaded successfully, you can close the tab. Then you can go for uploading your signature, and once that is also properly uploaded, then you can go for the next part, that is payment details. This financial year you cannot change, this is system generated, so don't worry about the same. And then subscription to members journal, I will not recommend just now. If you are interested in going for it, you can surely go for it, but this journal is at this moment little bit heavy for you to understand, because you are not at the last part of your studies, but you're obviously at the initial part of the studies. At this moment you are basically supposed to concentrate on your studies first, and as you will go ahead, maybe after completing your intermediate or at the time of doing final last year of your articleship, etc., you can subscribe to the members journal. Or once you are completing your chartered accountancy course, you are a fresh chartered accountant and you are applying for CA Institute membership, at that time you will go for members journal. But if any of you is very much interested in going for members journal from the first day of your CA course, you can go for it. But I'll tell you frankly, at this moment the journal is going to be a little bit heavy for you, and anyway your studies are consisting of lot of different subjects, lot of different points. So studying about the members journal is not something which is worthwhile just now. That is containing lot of different details for members, not for students. You are applicant who is going to become a student, who is going to complete the studies, going to get the qualification, thereafter going to become journal. So journal, institute has kept it optional for you. You may think it otherwise. Okay. Then this subscription to members journal is not ticked by us. In that case, your fees will be 9,000 plus 200 rupees fees for prospectus, that is 9,200. There is no discount given to you, so automatically the discounted fee will be so and so. Depending upon the category which you have selected, SC, OC, SC or ST or OBC, etc., there are different discounts which may be provided by the institute. Depending upon that, your fees may change. Okay, so the idea is that this is how your fees will be. Generally, for all general category students, fees are rupees 9,200, and then you are required to hit the OTP, that is generate OTP button. Once you complete this particular thing, again institute will specify that please fill up the CAPTCHA. After CAPTCHA is filled up, your phone number which you have mentioned in the first step, that is registration details, in that particular phone number this OTP will come, and after hitting the submit button, they will specify the OTP sent to your registered mobile number and your email ID also. You can use that OTP. This screen appears, enter the OTP. You can validate the OTP thereafter, and once you are validating OTP, then the message will tell you that OTP is validated successfully, and kindly click on the submit button. So this submit button, thereafter you are going to click after clicking the OK button. Now they will again ask you, are you sure you want to submit this particular information? Please ensure that your photo is displayed as uploaded and your signature is also displayed as uploaded. Once all these things are complete, then you can go for clicking OK button. Once you click the OK button, then institute's website will redirect you to a new page, that is for the purpose of payment. Now the course fee which we have already agreed is 9,200. By default, in the starting point itself, you are finding there are two different options they have given you, Paytm and UPI. But don't worry, there will be multiple different options available to you. You can go for either Paytm or UPI, or you can also go for using your debit card, credit card, or some other thing, net banking, etc. Those are the options which are also possible. Okay. Once you complete that particular details, then your bank will give you the OTP. Submit the OTP of the bank, and then the payment successful message will come for you. Once this is complete, then you will find that here now the photograph of the student will appear, as well as your name will appear here. Your name will be there, and then your mobile number, your email address will be appearing here. So slowly you will find that you are progressing ahead in the steps of application. Earlier it was welcome applicant, that was the only thing which was there, but now the application process is complete. You already paid the fees, so your photograph as well as your name will appear here, your old mobile number and your email address will also appear here. This is the same other things, home and contact us, etc. And then they will tell you that kindly wait for 7 days for ICAI office to process your form. So they have specified the application status is submitted, and the next level approver is verifier. Okay, this is how the things will be appearing. So you can check this particular form here, how the form is appearing, whatever different details are given, are they proper or not. If there is any mistake in the details, you are again required to go for rectifying the same. So that is how to be done by us. Your photograph and maybe your signature, all these different things will come. Most important is this payment status for me. This payment status should be success for us. If the payment status is success, that means our calculation is correct or our steps are properly fulfilled. If that is not complete, in that case you will have to make the payment separately. Okay, so that is all for this particular steps. After clicking on that particular thing, you will find that now again you are going back to the same position. Your name is appearing here, your photograph, your mobile, you have verified your form details properly, and then there is student cycle and there is articleship cycle. At this moment you have completed your basic registration process. Okay, and then they will tell you there is an alert which will be flashed on the screen which will tell you you have done your provisional registration. You need to update your 12th mark sheet, otherwise ICAI will cancel your application. Now don't worry, at this moment you have not yet appeared for 12th standard examination, so you cannot upload this particular mark sheet. This particular message is not required to be considered as an immediate warning. This is a message which is just telling us that we are yet to complete our submission of 12th mark sheet, which will be done by us at a later stage. Till that time our registration will be treated as provisional registration, but nothing is to be done just now. Once you will get your 12th mark sheet, we will have to complete this step, which is going to be way ahead now. We are still having a lot of time. We'll be going for our 12th standard prelims, then we'll be going for 12th standard main examination, and then we'll be getting the 12th standard result. Once 12th standard results are available, at that time we'll be completing this step. So till that time, don't worry, you have completed your registration process completely. Okay, and if after this point you hit on this logout button here, which can be seen behind this particular alert, that logout button, then you will find that you are again redirected to this page. Now here students get confused. Remember, here the mentioning word is mentioned is user ID, and they have clearly mentioned it is mrn/srn@ici.org. so this sign in page which you can see after hitting the logout button is not for you. This sign in page is for those people who are already the members of CA Institute or already the students of CA Institute, for whom the student registration number is generated by CA Institute. One may feel that, sir, I have completed the registration process, they have given me the alert that my provisional registration is complete, they have taken fees from me, from my bank account money has already gone, or from my credit card the payment has already gone, so I am a student. No, you are not a student. At this moment you are an applicant. Remember, your process of verification is still pending. Since the process of verification is still pending, you are not counted as a student. Till date, at this moment, your student registration number is not yet generated. That's why you cannot use this sign-in page. After the verification process is complete and the student registration number is generated, then a separate email will be sent to you stating that your student registration number is so and so. Thereafter, you can use this sign-in page. So at this moment, remember that this page is not useful to you. Then which page is useful for us? Sometimes it may so happen that a student who has completed maybe the first part and second part, etc., and then while making the payment he has not completed the steps properly, or maybe his network connection got lost, or maybe some other difficulty came due to which he is not in a position to complete the process. In that situation, such student is required to come to again the login page, but the login page should not be this sign in page. This page is basically for the students whose registration is complete not only from his side but also from the institute side, and institute has given him or allotted him student registration number. Then this page can be used. If your payment is pending, or if your photograph is not uploaded, or some other difficulties have come, in that situation you can't use this page. You'll have to go back to this page, that is login for applicants or fresh candidates. You'll have to click in this particular thing, or you may use your user ID straight away here. User ID will be the user ID which is sent to you by email. Remember, when we completed the registration process, first step, at that time we have mentioned our email ID. To that email ID, immediately institute has already sent you one user ID and one password. That user ID and password, I will recommend you to send that email maybe to your brother or sister or father or mother also, so that the email ID will be, or that email which is sent by the institute as your application ID, that will be available to you, and it will not be lost on account of any mistake or any error. So that particular email is containing the user ID, and that particular email is containing the password. So if it so happens that in the process of registration somewhere you are losing your network connection or some other difficulty came, due to which you are not in a position to complete your registration, certain data is saved, maybe personal details are saved, or maybe your communication correspondence details are saved, but your payment is not yet done, don't worry. Come back to this page, that is login for applicants or fresh candidates, and then don't forget to use your email. In your email, institute has sent you user ID and institute has sent you password. Use that user ID and password and complete the rest of the process. Whatever process you have kept pending, that is to be completed. Whatever data is already saved, that is not required to be done. But please don't click on this click here part, because it will again start a new registration process. That is not required, since you have completed maybe 1 or 2 steps and only third step is pending, maybe of payment or something like that. In that case, don't start the registration process again from here. Please use the user ID and password sent to your registered email ID by the institute. Okay, this is how the things will have to be done by you. I hope this entire process is easy for you. Please understand this particular point. I have taken specific screenshots here. This particular page, login for applicants, this is having applicant login. The name here is applicant login, whereas when you are using this particular page, then the name used by the institute is ICAI login. Till the time we are not getting our student registration number, we can't use ICAI login, we can't use this page. This page is not useful to us. For us, the page should be applicant login, because at this moment we are applicant. So we'll have to use this particular page for the purpose of completing any incomplete process, if any. Okay, so these are the points which I wanted to discuss. Once you complete all these different things, then after 2-3 days you will get a separate email from institute, that is the centralized dispatch service, and then you can come back to the home page of CA Institute, that is icai.org. By default you will be coming to the home page. Here you will find that there is CDS thing. Okay, clicking on the CDS link will take you to this new system. Now today, since this registration which I have completed just now, as an example for you, in this registration, obviously verification process is pending, so I cannot get any other details here. Now you may find that here they are talking about final course, etc. We are student of foundation course, so we can just click OK and we can go ahead. Then you can go on, log in yourself. Okay, this is the service of Amazon which is taken by CA Institute for the purpose of centralized dispatch. You can use your student login here. Now at this moment we have not yet got our registration number. We require SRN. Since we don't have registration number, I cannot sign into this particular thing, so I cannot complete this thing just now. Within 2-3 days I'll be getting a separate email to the email address which is sent for the purpose of registration. There I will be getting the capacity to check what is your student registration, to check whether the study material is to be ordered or not, and how it will be coming to me. Okay, so this particular process can be done not on the day on which you have filed the application, but this can be completed afterwards, maybe within 2-3 days, when the institute has sent you email telling you that your registration process is complete and now you can order the study material from the institute. So at this moment this particular step is kept pending. This can happen only afterwards. So I hope all of you have understood the basic idea of what is the registration process, how the entire process works, and if there is any difficulty, don't worry, please ensure that you are not going into the student login. You must go to the applicant login. Okay, so this applicant login is important for us. Once you are in our applicant login place, you will find that it is easy for the purpose of completing the things. Okay, any step which is pending, you can use applicant login for the purpose of completing that particular thing. Applicant login details are available in your email. Institute has sent you user ID and institute has sent you password for the same. I hope everybody has understood these steps. So all the best to all of you. Complete your registration process. Wait for 2-3 days. Thereafter, once you get an email from the institute for the purpose of your centralized dispatch system, then you can order your study material also. So this is how the entire process is there. All the best to all of you. Thank you very much.